We're just figuring some stuff out, folks. One of the players is unable to join, so we're just gonna fix that and get right back to it. So, Keeper, did you alt tab out? Or you should be kicked out. Try to reconnect.
Yeah, it was giving me an error when I was. It was saying I couldn't make the peer-to-peer connection, so I was just logging out and logging back into Parsec.
Okay.
How we looking?
I mean, fantastic. But you mean the game?
Yes. Well,
oh, all right.
Yeah.
I think Beekeeper is what we're waiting on. I think the rest of us are all right.
Okay.
I can fill up airtime with interesting anecdotes about.
I love it.
Yes,
something
please.
great.
Anecdote us.
Coupe. All right, Coupe is one of my favorite leaders here, and it's not just the asymmetric gameplay because I like that anyway. But also we had he's before my time, but we had some nice buy-in from New Zealand and Maori.
Someone's talking right now.
What do I want to say? Consultants or advisors on that. So if you notice, his lines are delivered in New Zealand slang, or they're
Right.
translated from Maori into that, and that was something that actually the consultants were really keen on. So and it seems a little weird, a little off-putting if you suddenly encounter him being like, "Oh, you think you're so hard there," but that was actually something that the consultants over there really pushed for, and I think got a really warm reception in the Maori community. So I think he's an example of where we did kind of indigenous representation well. It's always dicey when you're dealing with people who may or may not have thought of themselves as empires. I mean, Persia, Rome, China, these are empires. Angkor, these are empires. Or sorry, Khmer, these are empires. But Maori, Cree, even Greece and Maya are not unified in the same way. So Coupe I like a lot because I think he's a nice representation, and also the gameplay is
Very
interesting.
unique. Yeah. I
Yeah.
just love it when I make him mad and he looks at me and says, "Oh, look at this big Civ player declaring war." I was like, "Oh my
Exactly.
gosh, he's getting after me."
How you doing, Keeper?
I'm
Okay.
in Computer 51, logging into Steam
Okay,
right now.
perfect. Okay.
Okay, great. And Ambiorix was one of my favorites to write, personally, because I tried to make a personality that was like a really friendly guy who would also stab you no problem.
Right.
Like he's gonna smile, pat you on the back, and when it's time, put the knife in. And that's kind of the feeling I wanted to get with his lines. And this is a representation that comes from Julius Caesar. It's maybe not how he actually was, but Caesar really wanted to kind of represent him as this tricksy guy.
Hmm.
So I ran with that, yeah.
Oh, that's great. And with MBORX, I love when he looks at your empire because he likes you having lots of units, right? He says, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
look at all your lands, so wide and open and empty." And it's like, "Oh wow, that was a backhanded comment." Okay.
Yeah. I
But it,
love those lines where there's two meanings in one sentence. You can get kind of two meanings, a threat and Wu Zetian was also one that I kind of liked. Like
mhm.
I what is it? Something about like being a mother figure, and if you know her history, that's a very dark thing to say. I would treat
Oh
you like
geez.
my own child or something like this.
Oh geez. And
So,
I have to admit I don't know a lot about her backstory, so I'm guessing there was some trouble with children there, huh?
yeah, she was. Now this might be propaganda after her. So this may not be accurate, but it's how I wrote her, because that is kind of the dominant story in the Chinese history. Um, she was accused of having
Okay.
framed
All right, we're
her.
in.
Yeah, got it. She was accused of having framed her rivals for murdering her own child when it was in fact her who did it
Oh
in
wow.
order to frame them. Yeah. So that's all. With her, everything's backhanded.
Yep.
All right, folks, we're back in.
Yeah, what I was gonna say earlier is one of the things we were talking about yesterday is like our favorite aspects of Civilization 6 and the historical like accuracy and like nuance into the gameplay. I think reaches new heights with Civilization 6, where like it's always like kind of been there, but the specificity and the nuance, particularly in the gameplay relating to the historical nature, achievements, etc. of said leader, I think reaches just new heights in Civilization 6.
That's actually that's really nice to hear. Because I'm a professor. I'm a teacher. I like. I mean, I have an agenda in this. And my agenda is getting people interested in history, and I like that. There's a bunch of other people on staff now that have PhDs. So Rue Taylor is a writer on Civ. Now he's got a PhD in Scandinavian studies. Kat Manning is the narrative director at Firaxis, and she's got a PhD in literature. So there's a lot more kind of people in that academic games crossover now.
Let's get a plus from everybody. Plus from everybody to show you're in.
Oh yes. The action already started though.
I know, I see that. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
let's make sure we're here first. So the
Oh man, seriously?
no timer on this first turn. So queue stuff up if you need to queue.
We got a traffic. Yeah, you're still running around with
Moose,
swords over
you're
there.
in. I can see you buying stuff. I'm going to assume you're in. Okay, good.
Yeah, sir, I got attacked right away. I had to
I
defend
know.
myself.
I know. Those red coats are vicious.
Yeah, but who was it that you counterattacked? It was not a red coat. It was poor man-at-arms.
Poor.
Men at arms. There are
Yeah.
men at arms.
He had 6 of them.
Still, England's love that build-up. I love doing that with empires like England, where you build a bunch of warriors and then in one turn, if you can time it right and catastrophe doesn't strike, upgrade them all and storm through. And it looks like England's been playing a smart game with their economy. They got lots of gold per turn. And we're seeing the armies come in, and here the Australian Celtic Alliance no longer attacking one another. Oh my goodness, that did like nothing. -1 defense, 79 damage. Ouch. The medieval walls. An undamaged city in the center. But England is beginning to crush these monks. And we are seeing some siege units being brought forward, so that's good. I like the simple focus of many of these empires, science and war.
Yeah, Kavila, but as I was saying, like the learning, like the massive number of civilizations and learning the nuance and like learning the little history tidbits, it's one of the things that keeps me coming back to the game for sure, over and over and over again. It makes it so fresh and so new and so interesting every time.
Yeah, as I said, that's really great to hear. I love it. I love like Batu, the Vietnamese leader, was one of my favorites to bring because when, at least in the U.S., when you say Vietnam, everybody assumes you're talking about Ho Chi Minh and the Viet Cong and the Vietnam War. But
Right.
this is a country with 3,000 years of history, in a region of the world that I know really well, and the opportunity to at least drop a name or two and things like that was something that I really like.
I like the whole like process. I think we talked about it when we had you on the podcast of just like how do you decide like we're going to turn this building into this Civs feature, this unit into the and I'm sure there are times where there's more than one running, for a building that would work or a unit that would work. And you have to like factor in a lot of things. And then I think probably the biggest one is, will this be fun?
Yeah. That's really the ultimate thing is, will it be fun? I think I sometimes can, or the historian can sometimes kind of say, well, look, this is not accurate at all, or this is offensive or something like that. That's always something you can say. But fun is the ultimate goal there. And it's always a conversation between, I'd say, design, writers, and art. So what's gonna look the best? What would be the best design? And then like what would be like the best narrative to put into it? It's kind of a three-way conversation there. Oh man.
I love that no one else went for a religion, so there's no way to stop the +5 defense, and even just for that reason, to deprive the enemy of the faith. But yeah, that's I bet you that's factoring in that +5's coming in real handy right now.
Yeah. Can I comment on the Gaulish traffic jam here?
Do it. It's causing you trouble. Yeah. Oh, I was already saying in the chat, like, he's,
okay,
he's
I hear you loud and clear, and units are moving. So,
all right. I just need to get the tech to get some. There we go. Some corps or armies or something.
We just had CivMaker comment that it was very cool to learn from Civ about Christina and to be able to visit many of the colonies she established in the U.S. Mid-Atlantic.
Oh, the Swedish colonies, or
yeah, I'm guessing that's
Delaware. Yeah. No, Sweden's relationship with the colonialism is kind of interesting. Today Sweden looks back on its history and thinks, well, we were not a colonial power, but they also were. But yeah, they were also middlemen in the slave trade.
Right.
And that's obviously a major was a major contribution to it. So even when international trade in trafficking in people was outlawed, you could still do it at Swedish free ports, which is less of a nice legacy.
No, well, but it's I think the modern civilization, the modern like society, has to come to terms with that. And like I know, anecdotally for my kids, they now before they sing "Oh Canada," and they know it by heart, they say a land acknowledgement. And it's now becoming part of, like, does it fix everything? No, but it's like these are steps that, like, have to be taken to shift a mindset of a people. And it's just, I found that very interesting that now, like, whenever there's "Oh Canada," just before it, there's the land acknowledgement, and I'm hoping more and more that it's not just lip service, that, like, there's looking,
Right.
I know some of the programs I work with, they trying to integrate, like, in data analysis, trying to integrate some land acknowledgement. And for me, it's like, well, that's cool, but, like, there's also something to be said about the applications of indigenous thinking, the way indigenous philosophy works, and the way that coming to decisions and all of this stuff. There's a holistic approach to the very mindset that I think teaching that could be really useful. It's not just about history; it's about a way that a people thinks. That what a great way to sort of share together.
Sure, and there's difficult questions that come with that too. When you talk about land, you're talking about land right now. You're talking about fishing rights. You're talking about there's a Mi'kmaq slash fisherman conflict going on in the Northeast right now. That is not not insignificant.
Shout out to it looks like two new ones, Corbesero and Fish Bob. $25 donation each. Go Maddish is the comment. Woo! We're at like what, 15 something right now. Okay,
That is just coupe.
$15,494.22. Well done, everybody. Keep it coming. Look at this. We're seeing some action in the middle. I'm seeing walls being damaged. I'm so happy that and we're seeing cannons firing. This is what this format is all about, folks. King of the Hill. It's about this massive war, all in the center, a clusterfunk of violence, and this is just fantastic, everybody. I love that you're all piling on. And hearing that cannon fire, whew. City is under siege. Not just a Steven Seagal movie, okay? No healing for that city. Putting a city under siege, big deal. You want to entrench cities, you want to put them under siege, and you want to pillage, pillage, pillage. As much as you can. Pillage district, pillage tiles. Now, something that
Look at those redcoats.
we don't see them doing is trying to neutralize that governor. That governor is pretty potent because every unit that survives and gets a turn of healing will be maximum healed. Now, mind you, not so helpful when all your units are dead, so maybe not as big a deal. And we are seeing they are chipping away. I think we're going to see a conquest. It's funny seeing redcoats with their trebuchets. Couldn't get the tech for cannons. That's okay. Trebuchets will work in a pinch. 7 turns till the industrial era ends. I think it's still going to be a couple turns before we see a city taken. Now, Moose does have some reinforcements that are coming in. He is unfortunately out-teched here, as he's got men-at-arms fighting redcoats. And redcoats are just a phenomenal unit. And these are redcoat cores. I'm just going to pull up the redcoats here. 70 attack. They're the line infantry, and you get them early, right? So big deal right now to be going against 70 when you got, what is it, a 35 or whatever man on 42 or something. Either way, not a fair fight.
Honestly, nobody has earned a point other than Madish here, right?
So far, but it's looking good.
Oh, how the tables turn tables.
Turn tables. We're going to see, I think, a conquest in a second. And then we'll see some turntables for sure. There it is! There it is! Oh! Well done, Sir Ducks.
Well played, redcoats.
All it took was some redcoats.
Yeah, and now I'm too petrified to declare war in England with all these redcoats sitting there.
And as long as you hold it for 1 turn, you'll be on the board.
All right, fair enough.
This is also
My
where
alliance prevents me from doing anything.
yes,
right now.
the alliance is now you have to prepare. And there are things you could do to, like, I guess, impede him, like putting units onto, things that he hasn't repaired yet.
Also got to watch
put
my
a
own
unit
back
on his
here.
iron. But it looks like England's got a nice spearhead here, so gonna be easier to hold this center. Doesn't look like there's any loyalty issues. Oh no, there is loyalty issues. Okay,
There is,
rebellion
yeah,
in
8 turns.
7 turns. Uh-oh. You got to do
Who's it
something
flipping
about
to?
that. Okay,
Gaul?
there you go. There you go. It's
It
fine.
hasn't.
Oh.
I
You
don't think it's
fixed
flipping
it.
at all
Alright.
to anyone yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a little bit of loyalty. But yeah, there might be something we can do to this format so that it's not so clear a snowball. I guess the easiest thing would be something like the first conquest, it's 1 point a turn. The second conquest, it's 2 points a turn. Could do something like that. Either way, we've got that Sir Dux is on the scoreboard. And it's funny, like, again, for a lot of these formats, I like playing them more before changing them. And I think if everybody had been working together from the beginning,
Foibles, are you at war
would
with
have been a
England now,
very
or?
different situation.
No, we're
you had-
allies right now.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We allied right before the conquer, so not much I
Right.
can do there.
Oh, that's
Except,
good timing for England if it was just before the conquest.
It was about, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 turns ago or more. I can't remember.
Well, you can click and find out how many turns you have left.
I'm about to. 10 turns.
10 turns. We've got some Dark Ages going on right now, too.
Yeah.
Luckily, there's no dramatic ages on. Change the dynamic quite a bit if dramatic ages were on. Yeah, we were just saying that might be an interesting thing to do. Throw dramatic ages on.
Might be a little too chaotic at that point.
Well, that's the whole point. Ducks is on the scoreboard. A commanding lead, though, by Madish. With 42 turns. Answer to life, the universe, and everything, 42. But there's no defenses yet, so if a counter-strike can be mounted, or if somebody comes in, takes advantage of the situation. I wish there was a way for me to see, like, I guess I could click
So I followed your advice,
alliances.
and I built a holy site when you're like, oh, this is the last chance to get a religion. And now I'm stuck with this faith yield.
Yeah.
That's not doing me anything.
You gotta, like,
I
do
wasn't
it fast.
I wasn't fast enough. I know I wasn't, yeah.
Allies, okay, just foibles and Sir Ducks, okay. Some spies, good. I see Foibles is getting some spies up and running. That would be so hard. Or no upgrades to the walls, because you get an automatic wall. So that
Sorry, Foibles.
Moy
That was
just
a
suggesting
lag-related
maybe,
attack.
Having that you can't build walls in the center city. But
Oh, yeah,
again,
sure.
it's like
Yeah,
I
of
almost want to
course.
see
Right.
like when we
Trust
test
me
this,
here.
get players where we insist. It's like, listen, like let's play this right. You got to team up, and then you got to betray each other later. I don't want to make it a rule, no war against each other, but like it's got to be heavily discouraged because it wasn't until everyone started working together that finally, and of course, a massive army of corps of redcoats coming in. And then everyone is going to be hard-pressed to deal with these redcoats, especially since I see musketmen. But redcoats are line infantry, right? That's their line. They're essentially line infantry, right? Oh, they upgrade from musketmen, I'm pretty sure. I just looked at it. Upgrades to infantry, upgrades from musketmen. Yeah, it's line. This is their line. It's an early line infantry. Yeah. Oh, no, I guess they get at the same time. It requires military science, and that's when you'd get it. But plus 10 combat strength when fighting on a continent other than the capital.
Last game that I was like
no
competent
disembark
to play
cost.
online with higher profile people was Quake 1.
Yeah.
I was pretty good at that.
Quake? Nice. Good name drop.
Quake? Yeah.
It's been a while.
Just
a long
commenting
time.
on the Redcoats, love this format with that plus 10 combat strength, as the middle continent is different from the English continent.
Oh, yeah. And they're
Pangea
all cores,
in the
aren't
middle, and Laurentia is where they came from. Hopefully some people going to get some countermeasures to these redcoats. Ooh, here we go. Let's throw some chaos into this. Yeah, neutralize governor, and what? Siege? Siege. Yeah, melee would have been mean. I guess if it was a minus. we voted to neutralize governors and to give siege a +5. If you can neutralize that governor in the center, that city will fall like a deck of dominoes. Yeah, governor loyalty neutralized, dead. Oh, yeah, neutralized governor 1.
Oh, somebody already did it?
It looks like Melee is getting +5 though, so that's problematic. But neutralized governor is 2 levels higher. See, I like now the tides turn, and now Coupe could be a friend. You don't have to stay at war with Coupe. You might want to help Coupe fight the redcoats, or maybe it's just too fresh in your minds and you can't stand peace with Coupe.
No, it just takes too much time to click on everything. That's really the concern.
Now that you guys, your armies are huge, that's unfortunately, that's definitely a chapter in the Book of You problems. We've got whopping 4 out of 5 civs are in a dark age right now. And naturally, of course, it's England that's in a golden age.
Oh, God.
Oh, look at that. We got some sieging going on. Nice, nice. Coming in from the side. Look at these beautiful red coats. That's an 80 base. 80. I'm watching this peace proposal. He's like, nah, I'm not ceding nothing. I'm not ceding nothing. You got a view deal. View deal. Hey, we got some peace being declared. Well, that's smart.
Thank you.
We got Gull actually has a bit of a barb problem. They have let Barbarian camp go unchecked, and now we got 5 barbs doing their thing. A couple of them are musketmen, so that's not good. Broccoli of Dawn, what a great name. I think, did we ban Eleanor for this one? Yeah, we banned Eleanor for this one. Maybe we should undo the ban. See if it'd be that wily. Got it crushing in. I like it. All the siege coming. And even got a quadream. Woo! Oh, we didn't ban it. Okay. All right. No bans. Yeah, somebody could have done it. Somebody definitely might have had some fun there. Now, mind you, like, to make that work, you're bringing artwork to a gunfight, so, you know, power to you, I suppose. Maybe with the French Eleanor, because I do believe they still get the Grand Guard. Yeah, that could work. I don't believe the English one, though, gets the red coats. I believe that's specifically Victoria that gets the red coats. And red coats are perfect for this. Starting in the Renaissance, you're going to, if you beeline to them, like that was a very awesome move on Dux's part. Tons of warriors, economy booming, and then just upgrade all in one turn, and because it was like a sweeping, crushing, like that was within turns. I think that was within like 5 or 6 turns. Didn't see it coming.
Oh man.
Let's see. Looks like Keeper's getting into the nationalism and military tradition. Very good. I see mobilization. Oh, some asteroids fell. Just meteors have fallen in the same arm twice. Neither one of them has been claimed yet. One of them only just happened. Just saying, whoever's arm that is, you've got free units.
Does not look like mine.
England right now with 1360. It's impressive. It's impressive. These cores are going to be a big problem. Like we're looking at what are they going to be, Moy? Core gives plus 10, so we're looking at 90.
When you looked at it, it was a core.
Right, but they get 10 for being off continent. I mean, so that's a 90, I think, base. So that is hard even just to damage. Yeah, there you go.
That wall of red
Crossbow,
coast
2
is
damage.
much scarier than whatever was there before.
2 damage.
And then plus 5 for Victor being there.
And then Victor's there. Like, if Victor or Mushka, you know, when you're that hard to damage, but yeah, Victor's probably better. Just stack, stack, stack. Yeah, I know. Are we giving them a little extra time though because of the crashes? Fair. We would have to decide though who is third place.
You can either say nobody or your best judgment.
Mm-hmm. We're thinking of wrapping up soon, just because it does, even if we gave like an extra 15 minutes or whatever, it does seem like you guys might have a pretty hard time dealing with these 95 strength redcoats.
Yeah, these redcoats aren't going down to anything I've got, but I am in a huge tech deficit at this point.
Like I do see Australia is about to research, and they've done it. Okay, they've got line infantry now. In theory. All right, let's see. What do we think, chat, for figuring out the runner-up third place? Like
Ironclad? Oh man. All right.
I almost kind of want not to award it to Australia.
There's another part of the strategy here too, which is that with the timer, distracting somebody and having them spend time messing with you, like let's say in the ocean, when they have, let's say, like 90 redcoats to manage.
Yeah,
that's a valid
I'm leaning
strategy.
towards Team Dev. They did what they needed to do. They cooperated, and yes, it did result in England taking out. But like that's part of this game. So I think that's fair that we would have. You know, Civmaker, I kind of want to punish. Yeah, I think that's the right word. Australia and the Celts. Their war at the beginning really made it that Moose had the time needed to consolidate. And like Moose had a great bottleneck here too. Because of that conflict, these guys couldn't get any forces through, and which definitely makes it really hard coming out of the gate like that. Like, look at this, like 1 entry point, 2 entry points, whereas on this end, there's a few places to get in. So yeah, these mountains are trouble. That's why actually I still think the Inca would be strategically awesome in this game, just for that mountain passes. But yeah, look at this, not doing anything. So guys, we're thinking we're gonna call it.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what we've decided on who we're gonna award third place. So yeah, let's wrap this up. By all means, keep shooting at each other. So runner-up, third place, we're going to award 1 victory point to Kavilla of Abe Lincoln's United States, and we're giving you that 1 victory point because America, you embraced the theme and the flavor and the intention of this game by actually teaming up with England and working together. And yes, it resulted in England taking the middle, but you guys worked together, and we love that, and it did help the middle get seized in the end. So we're giving you the CivShow thanks for coming out victory point. Australia and Celtland, okay, guys, let this be a lesson to you. Sometimes, look, they're shooting at each other even now. Sometimes you just gotta let it go, okay? Like the song goes, let it go, don't shoot at each other no more. So yeah, we award victory points, but it was, I guess, a little fun watching you guys kill each other. But we do think that had you guys worked that out, not gone to war, it would have cost that critical time that Madish Moose needed to get his city up and running and defended. And you just put so many resources into this little bottleneck area where you murdered each other. A lot of murder happened there, and it was to Madish Moosh's benefit. So in second place, we will have England represented by Sir Dux. England, you are able to seize control of the center on turn 152. And since it is turn 167, that is a solid 15 victory points for second place. And then in first place, we've got Madish Moose. Well done. Taking the center on turn 110 and holding it till turn 152. That is a total of 42 victory points. I don't think anyone built any wonders, but just fantastic. Well done, Madish Moose.
Yeah, thank you very much.
That was great.
Much appreciated. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I did get a religion just now, by the way.
Oh, you were able to get a religion?
Yeah.
All right,
Philadelphia Buddhism, it's cheesesteak related.
Okay, awesome. All right, I
Delicious.
didn't think you could still get a religion. So, all right, I guess egg on my face. Nice, well done. That makes me all the happier that you got 1 victory point.
All right.
Okay, guys. Right. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for everybody for tuning in, and thank you so much to all of our players. We had a couple issues there, but otherwise it was a smooth game. I think this is a winning game that I think will only get better, and I'm sure there's other things we can do to improve it. But it was really fun to see everybody go at it, and it does really pay to rush that middle. Obviously,
yeah.
And I loved seeing like that strategy that England pulled off with tons of warriors getting upgraded all of a sudden. That was a tide of red that just swept over the land. So well done.
That was a lot of fun.
Can we do final thoughts? Do a round of final thoughts. Why don't we start with Australia? Australia, any final thoughts you'd like to share?
I liked my arm. It was nice. I just hung out here.
You hung out good, Australia. All right, excellent. Foibles, closing thoughts?
I hate lag. That's pretty much it.
Oh, our poor little foibles. I'm sorry that the lag monsters came and
It's
got
okay.
you. All right, excellent. Merca.
That's
Kavilla,
me. Yeah,
any closing
I
thoughts?
my aim in this game was not to win, but to be an annoyance to other people, and I think I was.
That's my
I think I feel
strategy for life.
successful in that. Yeah.
Well
Right.
done.
Right.
Excellent. England, second place. Closing thoughts. Sir Dux, you there?
Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Now we
Yeah.
can.
Oh, weird. Okay. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Thank you. Congrats to Madish Moose. And I like the setup. I like the King of the Hill setup. I want to play some more like multiplayer games like this.
That's what we like to hear. We'll have you on the show next year, okay?
Yeah, cool. Awesome.
All right, Coupe.
Yeah.
Closing
All
remarks.
right. Congrats.
Look, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for the invite. Make sure that you're doing the ! donate command on all of the channels that are showing this, right? This is all raising money for Gamers Outreach. Make sure you're donating. Share about the event. We got mini games going on all day. We've got the big event tomorrow. Tune into the CivShow and all the other content creators that are showing it. Let's raise as much money for the kids as possible. And a big shout out to my 2 strategy advisors for this, Kid Icarus 1988 and Chingo 222. I collected some nice strategy thoughts from them as we went into this. Obviously, that worked out quite well, so they're pretty smart, and I was just able to press the buttons just quick enough to make it happen. So thank y'all so much. It was a lot of fun.
All right, guys. That's fantastic. I got, Game 7 coming up? Game 6? Game 6 coming up? What do we got, Moy, for Game 6? Van Bradley. Is he streaming right now? Can we rate him?
Yeah, we have Van Bradley, who's playing the Nuke the Preserves game.
Nuke the Preserves.
He's going on right now with Moonshoes, with Peppermint Butler, with White and Nerdy, Nystagmus, and Zondice kind.
Nice.
So we're going to go and raid Van Bradley right now. We'll see you all there because, man, there's going to be a lot of radiation in that one. That's
Oh my
a good
God.
lineup.
Yeah,
You know, Peppermint Butler and Moonshoes are siblings, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Woo!
There's going to be some nuclear fallout for sure. So everyone, tune into that. It's going to be fantastic. It's a really fun format. We're looking forward to watching that. Let's
now.
raid!
Great. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys.